Well, my Steelers play this week, and you know what? It's interesting. Okay, so here's the thing. I love college football. Don't get me wrong. I love college football. I think it's amazing. I am an NFL girl at heart, and I will sit and I will watch the NFL all day. I don't care who's on. I will sit and watch it because I think it's good football, and I think there's just limited teams, so you kind of know everybody on the teams. But when it comes to talking about my team, I don't even know what to say because they're so unpredictable. And so I feel like this season's going to be the same. I think Pittsburgh is completely unpredictable. Everything I think Pittsburgh is going to do, they don't do it, and then they win the game. And so I don't even know how to talk about them. I don't even know what to say because anytime you watch a Pittsburgh game, it's like, oh, they did what? Oh, they sucked. They sucked. They sucked. They couldn't score. They only scored 10 points. Wait, they won? And so it's weird. And so I'm going to try my best to have this video where I talk about the Steelers and where I give like things that I think that matter this game, but I'm going to just warn you, everything I say might mean absolutely nothing because that is how the Steelers do. It's like I don't know. And so I'm going to say three things that I'm going to be watching for this weekend. And I hope these three things are good. I honestly don't know. So every week, come here for my Steelers content because it might just be a disaster. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know how I'm going to feel. I don't really know what they're going to do. So that's that. Having said that, let me just get into this video. Listen, I know. So, okay. The first thing I'm going to say that I will be paying attention to against the Atlanta Falcons is the offensive line. I think it's no secret that we struggled at offensive line during training camp. Depending on who you ask, they will say because our offensive line is good or not good. Because of who you ask, they will say people were playing out of position. And then they will go on to say it's going to be different in week one because we held guys out that could have played if it was a game or whatever, whatever, whatever. So having said that, and because there's so many things going around in Steelers Nation, I am just going to say that I am going to be focused on I'm going to be focused on the offensive line to see how our offensive line looks. If our offensive line holds up, I think that that's great news. And so that's going to be something that I pay attention to because I think it's going to matter. Now, I would be an idiot if I didn't talk about the elephant in the room, and that's going to be Wilson at playing quarterback. So some people are like, oh, he's washed, he's terrible, he's this, he's that. I just want to remind people this about Wilson.
We do not care. We do not care.
Wilson last year, Russell Wilson's stats last year when he played for Denver were better than the quarterback play we had in Pittsburgh. Even if we get the same quarterback that came over from Denver, that quarterback play is better than the quarterback play that we had. So whenever, that's why I always say context matters, because you could be looking at Wilson and you could be calling him washed because he's not what he used to be. Fine, whatever. I don't think that makes him washed, but whatever. But if you want to say that, and if you want to say he's trash or whatever you want to say, that's fine. But the thing that matters is context matter. What the Steelers might need Wilson to do might not be what you are expecting. And because of that, he might fit perfectly into what we have going on. I'm going to be fascinated to see how Wilson looks in this offense if his offensive line can give him time. Because let's be real here. If that offensive line isn't good, if Wilson doesn't have time, the best thing to do is actually to bring in Justin Fields only because he's more mobile. However, let's hope that the offensive line isn't going to be an issue. Let's hope what we saw in the third preseason game is going to be the real offensive line. And let's hope that when Wilson comes in and when Wilson plays and leads this offense, it leads to great things because I want to see great things happening in Pittsburgh. The other thing I'm going to comment out here, and you know what? I could mention defense. I could mention this and that. I could mention receivers, but I'm not even going to go there. You know what? Because I expect the defense to do their job. So I'm not even going to mention that. Even though we're going against Bijan Robinson, hook 'em. I said BJ, like I don't know who he is. I hope Bijan has a good game. I hope he does whatever he's supposed to do. But like I always say, I hope he doesn't play good enough for us to lose. So good luck to Bijan Robinson. Good luck to him. I'm excited to be able to see him. Also, you all should know by now, I picked the Atlanta Falcons to win this division, and I picked this game to be a tough matchup for the Steelers, but whatever. I will say the third thing, though, that I'm going to be paying attention to, because now I just rambled and got off target, but whatever. The third thing I'm going to be paying attention to is, can Pittsburgh score more than 20 points? Like, can the Steelers offense score more than 20 points? I am going to be paying close attention to the score because I think that that will be the Steelers' X factor this year. If we're going to say our defense is going to be what our defense is going to be, and if we're going to say that we're going to be a good football team, we have to be able to score points in this league. And the lack of ability to score points last year was the reason why it just didn't look good. It was the reason why at the end of games, we were basically holding on for dear life. We would score very late and our defense would hold and we would win games. But the problem with that formula is at any time our defense had an off game or didn't do what they were supposed to do, the offense couldn't cover them because we could not score points. So I am looking to see if the Steelers score more than 20 points in the season opener. And I know that's asking for a lot, but I'm going to be seeing if they can score 20 points in this game. I don't know. And listen, I just said three things, and let's be real, all three things of those things could be great. Our offensive line could be spectacular. Wilson could look like the best quarterback in the NFL, and we could score more than 20 points, and then there's going to be other things that happen that I never even thought about. So that's just how it goes with being a Steelers fan. I'm used to it in a weird way. I hope that that's not the case this year, but that's why I always tell people, I know what a win ugly team looks like. I know a team that you think all of these things are going to happen, and then you get into a game, and then you're in a dogfight, and then you pull it out. I know what that looks like because I'm a Steelers fan. So trust me when I tell you, I know what ugly football looks like. I also know what it looks like to win, and I expect us to win this game. I expect the Steelers to go to Atlanta and to take care of business, and I expect us to start the season 1-0. Not because I predicted that at the beginning of in my prediction video, but mainly because I think we should be a better team. I think we're an older team. We have a more established coach, and I think that we should win this game. So if the Falcons come out and beat the Steelers, whatever. I don't think we should lose this game, so I am going to pick the Steelers to win this game. I don't know what the spread is. I haven't even looked because I don't know. I just haven't looked, but I hope the Steelers win this game. We should start off the season 1-0, and then it gets interesting next week with Wilson going back to Denver. I hope everybody comes out healthy from every team, and I'm just excited to see that the NFL season is back. As I have done with college football every week, I will do the same thing for my Steelers videos. I will promise you that my Steelers videos are probably going to be all over the place because my team is all over the place. So I want to apologize now for all my Steelers content maybe being all over the place, but listen, that is just how my team is. Don't know what to say. Sometimes we're all over the place, and I really hope that we're not all over the place this year. I really hope this is the year where we have everything figured out, and it's like this. It's like, oh, we have the best offense, and because we have the best offense, we win games. And I hope it's not like, oh, we have the best offense, or we have the best defense, but our offense can't score any points. Like, I hope that there's some balance, but I don't predict there to be too much difference of how we play football, but I want to be wrong. I want the Steelers to prove me wrong, and I want this year to be completely different. So if you're here for Steelers content, welcome. If you're here for Colorado content, welcome. If you're here for Texas content, welcome. If you're here just to hear me talk about my teams and to see what I have to say and to see what my thoughts are, thank you for being here. If you haven't already, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure that you turn those notification bells on. And I would love for you to leave your comments below so I can see what you're thinking and feeling, because clearly I'm all over the place and the season hasn't even started. So that means I am in true mid-season form for being a Steeler fan. So whatever, it just kind of is what it is. The week is kicking off and let's just see what happens. As always, here we go.